Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new, this is Vibrant Soul Tarot and I'm super excited to have you here today. So today's pick a card reading, we are going to be asking about that person on your mind's current thoughts and feelings about you and about the connection. So we're going to cover a lot, or as much as we can, so let's go ahead and get started. We have these 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, starting right here, we have the Weaver Tarot deck along with this Hemimorphite Tower. Pile number 2, we have the Apparition Tarot deck along with this Lepidolite Heart. And then for pile number 3, we have the Affrimators Tarot along with this Amethyst Tree. So please take your time. If you do need more time in choosing your pile, you're more than welcome to pause the video here. Take as much time as you need. When you do have your pile selected, I will post the timestamps for each one in the description box below for your convenience, as always. And I can't wait to see you guys at your reading. Bye! Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading if you chose the Hemimorphite Tower, or if you chose the Weaver Tarot. Either way, welcome. So today we are asking, what is that person on your mind's current thoughts and feelings towards you? And anything else you may need to know at this time as well. We'll just leave it open for that to come out. But mostly, what are their thoughts and feelings, obviously. We're going to be getting some channeled messages as well. Some oracles to clarify, and then some advice at the end for you. So it should be pretty juicy, pretty informative. So Spirit, if you could please tune me in to my pile 1 situation, as well as tune me in to how this person on their mind is currently feeling about them right now, please. Thank you. My dog just woke up and is right here. Yes. Can I help you? What do you want? What is it? He's just staring at me. Okay, so sorry. Let's focus. Go lay down. He's so cute. I just can't take it. All right. So what is this person's current thoughts and feelings towards pile 1 at this time? Okay, so we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. We have the World in reverse, and we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Let's get a couple clarifiers, and we'll talk about it. So, clarifying this 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse here, Spirit? We have the Star in reverse. And we also have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse as well, but we'll put that back. So the 7 of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This person has a lot of blocked energy, to say the least, but we'll talk about it right now. And this World in reverse. Why is the World in reverse here, Spirit? We have the 7 of Wands. And the 10 of Swords in reverse. We have the Magician. Wow. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess coming out, the High Sage in this deck, if you can see it. Ooh, you and this person may have a very intuitive connection, to say the least. You guys could be feeling each other's energy, or at least maybe some thoughts intuitively here. Okay, so like we were saying, this person has a tremendous amount of blocked energy, but one of the things that they are not giving up on is this connection. They feel as though they don't want to lose hope. But with the 9 of coins, I feel like when this person feels like they're around you, or when they have everything. And so for whatever reason, if this person is not around you, they kind of do have this feeling of lack, or feeling of like, well, I don't know if I can have that again. I don't know if this relationship is going to work. I don't know what the future holds. So I'm a little bit skeptical. And I feel like, if I can be quite honest, there's a little bit of an avoidance energy I'm sensing here with this person. Instead of like sitting down and facing their feelings and sitting down and facing this, they seem to kind of just be avoiding it. But I do see with the World in reverse and the 7 of Wands, again, this is like this person still kind of feeling like they want to fight for this connection, feeling like it's not over. There's definitely some unfinished business they feel like they have with you. And I think with this 10 of Swords in reverse, this is again that feeling of not wanting to accept that this is the end, and not really just wanting to feel that anyways. And so with the Magician here with the 10 of Swords, it's almost as if they're like, I'm going to make this better. I'm not going to accept this as defeat, and we're going to rise above this. There's got to be another way. Like the Magician here, this person could be kind of maybe even working on their own, like their life or their own manifestations, trying to rise up, you know, maybe like alchemize their situation, kind of like how they're feeling like they want to with this relationship. I feel like even though there's so much blocked energy and there is a lack of faith, this person kind of does have some sort of like unwavering confidence, or just some inner strength when it comes to this connection, that they are just not gonna let go here with you. The 7 of Cups in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this is a lot of thinking. This is overthinking about possibly a missed opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is feeling like maybe something has slipped out of your hands, as well as feeling like there's some confusion here. I think there's a clear answer for this person, but they seem to be a little bit confused at the same time. And with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, I think that this person is maybe not feeling their best, like their best self, because the 9 of Pentacles upright would be, I'm very abundant. I have everything that I need. I don't need anything. And so the 9 of Pentacles reversed here, specifically with the Star reversed, feels like there's a lot that I still want. There's a lot that I still haven't gotten to accomplish, and I'm trying to stay hopeful, but maybe the circumstances right now in this person's eyes, it's just not looking too good. But I do feel like I said before, they feel very connected to you on an intuitive way. With the High Priestess here, this person could even possibly have dreams about you, or you could have dreams about each other. Underneath that, we have the King of Cups in reverse. Interesting. But what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, I feel like with the 7 of Wands here upright, though, I feel like the 7 of Wands is saying like, it's a little bit of both now that I'm hearing, because I feel like this person is actually going through certain cycles that are trying to close out in their life. This could be like old patterns, old ways, their past self, whatever the case is. And I feel like there is a little bit of resistance here that I'm hearing with this, when it comes to just ending the old and maybe re-beginning or restarting here with something. And also with the 7 of Wands in the World, this is like, I'm not going to, because the World is the last card in the major arcana, and it can also represent endings. It represents a completion. And so this is that, again, we're not done here. There's more, and I want to fight for this. I want to, I'm not going to let this go. It's a very kind of, like a little stubborn type of energy that I'm sensing as well too. Let's get some oracles though. So can you tell me more, Spirit, about how this person is feeling towards my pile 1? What's going on here with that? Okay, so we have the Seeds card in Spring. We have the Storm with the Unexpected. Okay, so with the Seeds and the Storm kind of coming out together, this seems like, yeah, a person, like this seems like a connection where maybe things were cut off or things just didn't work out the way that you wanted them to. And so person is like, they're still feeling these seeds that they planted inside themselves, which is obviously the feelings or the love that was there or whatever you want to call it. And it just feels like maybe the situation or the circumstances didn't support this as well. And they're not done with you. Like, they still want to grow here. They still have more that they would like to do. It just seems like maybe with this storm, this person could be going through some sort of tower moment as well. Tell me more about how this person is feeling about pile 1. Okay, so yeah, we have renewal with spark. So I think this person definitely wants to, I was gonna say this person wants to pick up where they left off with you, but in better terms, obviously. Like, they don't want to stay at that same level. They want to overcome. They want to be better. I feel like with this spark here too, this person's very, very attracted to you physically. I feel like there's a lot that they feel drawn to you with that they don't even really understand with this high priestess here. And I feel as though there's been a lot of lessons that this person has been learning, a lot of internal things. And I think once this person kind of stops avoiding a lot of these like lessons that I think this connection was trying to show to this person, that's when the real healing and the real work can get done, and that real change will you'll start to see these seeds, flourish or grow, I guess you would say. How is this person feeling about pile 1, spirit? So we have autumn with harvest. That's interesting because we have the seeds with spring. We have present, abundant, and gratitude. Okay, so we have guilt with sabotage. And then we have this autumn with harvest. And so again, I feel like with this autumn with harvest, this person's like, I didn't get to experience pile 1 the way that I truly wanted to, or the way that pile 1 truly deserved. And I think there is a lot of guilt here around whether this person ran away or if this person quite literally physically sabotaged this connection. This is something that they do think about. At the same time, it's something that they do avoid. So I think that this person, it's obvious this person still has feelings. It's obvious this person thinks about this. But I think for the most part, their day-to-day, they try to avoid this because it's hard for them. It's heavy. It's like they don't want to accept the fact that they may have screwed this up. They do want another chance. Obviously, we have this renewal here. And I feel like with this storm, it's like I think the storm could have been internally with them, and that could have, came out externally by their actions or their words and things like that. But for the most part, I feel like with this present, abundant, and gratitude, this is that 9 of Pentacles here in the reverse of like, dang, like I really should have appreciated pile 1 when I had pile 1, because when I had pile 1, like I didn't even know how good I had it, and that's why we have this star at the bottom as well, because a star can also be like, the star in reverse it usually means to me at least a lack of faith, not knowing what the future holds. But this can also be like that rejuvenation, like wanting something back, because a star can also be like a wish, like a wish on a star. It is Aquarius energy, which Aquarius rules the 11th house, which can be our hopes and our dreams as well, and our wishes and things like that. And so I think that there is a longing type of energy here, but almost I'm getting the message that this person may be a little bit too stubborn to accept that as well. And I think one of the things is like this person looking at themselves and looking at their own actions honestly is again like that start to fixing the problems, because this person has to realize like what went wrong and why and everything, instead of repeating it over and over again, So with that being said, let's get some channeled messages for you from this person. So Spirit, what are some channeled messages for pile 1 from this person, please, that pile 1 should hear right now, or maybe needs to know? I don't know why I acted that way. I'm scared to tell you how I really feel. Oh, wow. That's crazy how this I don't know why I acted that way is coming out when we were just talking about this person maybe like not running from this, or not running from inside, and sitting with and realizing and just being 100% honest with why, and figuring out why they do the things that they do, or why they act the way that they act, instead of like blaming it on their outer circumstances as well, So that's interesting that came out right after we were saying that. Okay, what are some more channeled messages Did you put a spell on me? Okay, we're just going to accept that these are probably going to be crooked, so sorry about that. Did you put a spell on me? And then we have, you turn me on with everything you do. I told you this person, I was like, I was feeling it. Like, this person is very attracted to you. They think about you a lot as well. There is so much I wish I could say to you. You make me nervous. We have, I'm insecure about my looks. I have trust issues, but I want to get to know you more. And then we have, we'll put these out, but we'll just read these because I feel like it, okay? So we have, you live in my head rent free. We make a great team. I was a fool. And I can love you better than them. Wow. What do we have at the bottom of the deck for you? I miss you so much, but I'm too stubborn to tell you. Jeez, didn't I say this? Oh my gosh. That's funny. So yeah, I do think that this person is kicking themselves for whatever it is that they did, or maybe for some of you, this is what they didn't do as well. With that missed opportunity, they feel, and that energy or that sense of like something slipping through their hands. Oh my gosh, I just heard that they feel like they fumbled the bag or fumbled pile one here, so fumbled you. And they're having a hard time accepting it, but they're also not really seemingly doing anything about it, which is kind of leaving them in this energy of seemingly of like running in circles as well. And I think that eventually this person is going to want to do something about it. I kind of want to see like, well, I have other readings for that as well too, because I feel like this person's intentions are good, or like at least were good. And I think that this person had like a lifestyle for some of you, or certain habits that didn't align with what it is that they wanted. And I think that's why we have like this energy of like, I don't know why I acted that way. Like this person may really like not know why they have to do the things that they do. And that's obviously sounds a lot like subconscious programming of like, well, or subconscious beliefs, things that are kind of deeply rooted and not so easy to just see on the surface, because I do see that a lot. A lot of people say, you know, and it works in other ways, in other people's lives, in many ways, you know, and people say like, I want to change, I want to be better. And then when they try, it works for a little bit. And then they kind of go back to old habits and old ways, of old things, of doing things. And that's because, you know, our minds like to keep us comfortable. Our subconscious goes off patterns, and it goes off of cycles and what it knows. And so breaking a cycle and breaking a pattern, it's harder to do. It's definitely possible. It's 100% possible. Always. I'm not trying to discourage anyone. It's just repetitiveness and stuff. And one of the things, especially when it comes to relationships, is you have to find the reason why. Like, why do you act out like this? Like if this person had commitment issues, you know, one of the reasons why could be like whether it's a fear of commitment, or sometimes, you know, some people hold value to other people's opinions so highly that they need other external validation. Well, that doesn't really get you far, and it doesn't get you close relationships as well. And so this person could have feelings for you and want to be with you, but still kind of have that source of external validation. That's just one example, because there really is so many other things. For some reason, that example was coming up. And so with that being said, regardless of what this person feels or what this person does, though, the actions and your self-worth, you know, that does not change regardless of what this person feels or does. But also you should only allow, like, basically what I'm trying to say is that when we do readings like this, pile one, like, we see a lot of why, or we can understand, but that does not excuse the behavior for you, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't need to accept anything less than what it is that you truly deserve as well. And I know you know that, and I know that sometimes it can be hard, especially when there's somebody who, you know, you could have very strong feelings for, and you can see all the potential there and things like that, trust me, I know I've been there. So there's nothing wrong with you or how you feel or anything like that is what I'm trying to say. But also it's like, you know, as well that there's something off here. Like and I think you've been sensing this, like there's been something off here with this person maybe for a while. And I want to say that, you know, that is validated. I can sense it too. It just seems to be a little like deeply rooted. Like it's not something that's pretty easy to find as well, but it is different for every single one of you. And that could be, oh, look at, I just felt called to lift that up. I kind of did that, you know, not even realizing. And it says, I see you in my dreams all the time. And then we have, I want to marry you one day. Yeah, I knew this person was having dreams about you. Interesting. But yeah, so on that note, I am going to leave this here. If you would like to screenshot the channel messages, I know some of you like to do that because we are going to be getting your advice right now. I'm going to start with this deck for your advice, and we're going to get another deck too, but I'm going to try to do them at the same time so it's not so time consuming, you know. Okay, so Spirit, what is some advice we have here for pile 1 about this situation, please? If you hear snoring in the background, that is definitely my dog. So sorry. So we have forgiveness. Let's get one more from here. That's a lot. So we also have denial, journey, balance, and abundance. Okay. So we have forgiveness, cornucopia, and envy. What are you denying? What is some advice here for pile 1, Spirit? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have earn your own money, then buy what you want. Ooh, I love that. We have that abundance as well too for you too. So maybe working on your own abundance as well. Bottom of the deck on this one, we have the thinking man, and then we have discipline underneath that. All right. So we have ask an expert, get insights, feedback, and instruction from a professional. You don't have to have all of the answers, and that's okay. I think it's emphasis for you guys on not having all the answers, and just accepting that that's okay, that the future is unknown, and it's still a mystery, and that's kind of just how it's meant to be at the same time. Like whether or not you will rekindle this connection or whatever it is you're wondering about, you know, I feel like, you know, the answers will come as you progress. You know, as you take the next steps, or as you do what it is that you know is best for you, the answers will come, the next steps will be shown. And I know that can be hard to accept, especially when we're like, well, I want to know, you know, I want to know what it's going to be. And sometimes we just kind of have to realize that you'll figure it out as you go. Like the answers will show themselves as you go, because there's missing information, you know, there's things that you don't know yet. There's things that haven't happened yet as well. So kind of just accepting that maybe the future, we don't know, you know. The next card we have is self-development isn't for the weak. If you're uncomfortable or triggered, it means you're doing it right. Becoming a better human is always worth it. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one actually, because this is, you know, it reminds us that life, it's just like with that storm, it reminds us that life can throw curveballs at us. It reminds us that life isn't always easy, but it is something that we can overcome all of these challenges as well. And it also reminds us that when we are triggered, like it says, it means that we are growing, and that it means that there's always an option for us to choose growth and to choose development and to choose what's best for us. Everything is literally a choice. And so if you feel as though you've been triggered, or you feel as though you've been hurt and things like that, you know, there is always an option of choosing, you know, love and choosing growth on that end, instead of thinking of like, oh, this is just happening, life just happens to me. It's like, no, life is developing me. You're growing, you're realizing, because I do believe this is a pile that is into self-development and self-growth. But sometimes when we think that it's like, and I've done this too, it's like I'm like, oh, I choose growth, I want to I want to take that path. And sometimes, it feels like be careful what you wish for, because then that's when the people start showing themselves to you. They start, your friends, your family, everyone, like they start dropping like flies. Well, not like dying, but like, I mean, if that happens, I'm sorry, but you can get what I'm saying. Like they start leaving your life, and then you start actually having to do the inner work and being alone and realizing these codependent triggers that you have, realizing why you accept this certain type of behavior, because when you're on this self-development journey, you're realizing that it's not the world, it's you. And unfortunately, that's kind of a hard pill to swallow at times, and it kind of takes a tough person with a lot of love for themselves to do that. And speaking of a lot of love for themselves, we have this discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Whether that's discipline in doing what's best for you, or just discipline in life in general, that's a self-developed tool that I think is underrated. That is one of the most important self-love gifts you can give yourself is discipline, because staying in your comfort zone or doing what's easy is not going to get you where you need to be. It's not going to get you where you want. It's not going to get you that love, that relationship, by staying somewhere where you feel unwanted, or staying somewhere where you feel hurt. Sometimes we have to have discipline enough for ourselves to do the hard things in life. And trust me, that is going to be greatly rewarded for you. And then we have this forgiveness, which is like, I acknowledge that harboring resentments blocks the flow of love. Now, forgiveness, like I always say, is something that comes to each and every one on their own, like differently. And I kind of I like to be careful how I word it, because I don't, it depends on like what's happening, what you've gone through and stuff. I never just want to say, oh, just forgive them. Oh, just forgive them. Like, sometimes that can sound so like it's so invalidating at the same time, so it's like you have a right to feel and grieve and feel angry or whatever it is, like that. You have that right as well. But I do like to say forgiveness will come with time, and forgiveness is so, like the card quite literally says, it's so you can unblock yourself from these negative attachments of well, this person wronged me, because all that does is kind of keep you stuck at the same time in a loop. And we don't even realize that, because if you don't have forgiveness for other people, and realizing that other people's actions aren't personal, because I feel like with this last one, we have judging people is gross, criticizing others is a waste of time, you have better things to do. And then with this envy at the same time, I am the same as everybody else, but with different challenges. Now, this isn't I'm not calling you, or Spirit's not calling you an envious, judgy person. What Spirit is trying to say here, or convey with this message, is that people really have different circumstances. Everything is different, and you cannot compare your situation to other people, because it's just different. And, so the people that have hurt you, they may have had a different childhood. They may have had this. And like I said before, it doesn't excuse the behavior, and you don't need to accept it. But sometimes we can just understand that people just aren't like you. Some people just aren't able to open up like you, or some people just aren't able to love like you. And they don't know how to treat somebody like you when they come across somebody like you. Well, we're kind of seeing this within this person as well too. Like, they didn't even know what they had. They realized it like a little bit too late. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, the same thing goes for comparing yourself to people that you feel maybe have it better than you, or have it easier than you. They may just do that. So it's like, when you compare yourself to somebody, you don't know, like, they may have had more privilege. They may have had less privilege. They may have had a head start in life. They may have had, a lot of things hold them back. And so judging somebody, or even yourself, without knowing everything that a person has been through and everything as well, it's just a theory. It's just an opinion. And so when we realize that, we realize other people's opinions and other people's theories of us is not true as well. And it quite literally means nothing, because no one really knows, like, until you walk in somebody's shoes, and that's literally being them. So with that being said, I feel like as well, you're right where you need to be. Don't be hard on yourself if you feel like you need to be more advanced in life, or, at a different place, or know certain things. That's not real as well too. That's, again, a fake measuring ruler. And with the cornucopia in reverse as well too, I feel like there is a lot of abundance coming for you. I feel like there's a lot of abundance around you as well too that spirit wants you to open up to. And I don't mean abundance as in like just riches and money and things like that. Like there's a lot of things to be grateful for as well. And sometimes we feel a little bit closed off to that, or because we're so focused on a certain situation, or we're so focused on what we don't have, or we're so focused on what's not happening, we fail to see a lot of the things that are happening. And I feel like I'm giving you a little bit tough love, pile one, so I'm so sorry if you feel like I'm being hard on you. I really don't mean to be at all. This is out of love as well too, and sometimes we kind of do need to be that person, or we need a person to just tell us like, look, like it's not always as bad as it seems, and you never know what it's going to be. And so it's like a reminder, you know, to appreciate what we do have regardless. And sometimes when we go through situations that we know we deserve better, that makes us appreciate the people that really do love us, or the people to come that really do love us, that will treat us, you know, good, because those people do exist. That could be this person in the future as well. It's unknown, but in the meantime, I think Spirit's really asking you to focus on yourself, your own self-development. Why do you feel these ways as well? Because I felt like in this reading, this person, one of the things they were kind of avoiding was self-development. Well, that's not really your problem, is it, pile one, to make anyone else learn how to do this? All you can do is do it yourself. And that's something that is very mature as well, is walking the walk, and instead of just talking the talk. Like, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone or say like, oh, I'm this and this. You just do it, and that speaks for itself. And I feel like you are a very powerful person, and you deserve a lot of great things. You deserve all the great things that life has to offer, to be honest. And you're on the road to getting those things. So try not to be discouraged, but please don't compare yourself to anyone else that seems to have it good or whatever. Even if this person, say this person gets into a relationship with someone else, it's not any better than the relationship that they had with you. You know what I'm saying? It's because this person, it's not physically possible for this person to just be a saint, a knight in shining armor, you know, to another person, and just forget all these things that this person it needs to heal from, and all of a sudden it's just like boom, fixed. No, if that's the case, the other person's gonna see that, or it's gonna come out regardless. And so you're not missing out on anything. You're not missing out on anything as well. And yes, I feel like, yes, this person does think about you a lot. Yes, you may feel that. This discipline could be almost coming for some of you to say, still do what you need to do, like what you know that is best for you. Have that strength and that courage and that discipline, because this path that you're on, pile one, is tremendously rewarding. And I'm telling you, you have no idea how rewarding it is. You just got to keep going. Okay. So on that note, I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much if you stayed till the end. Again, I'm so sorry for the tough love. Sometimes that does come out in these readings as well. But for the most part, you know, I feel like you are doing a great job. Spirit is very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. And yeah, I never like to be hard, but I also do these readings out of love. And so I don't want to lie to anyone, or, you know, and things like that. And I don't believe in sugarcoating, but I do believe that there is a way to deliver messages with love instead of, hurting somebody on purpose. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you did and you're not subscribed and you would like more readings, go ahead and subscribe now so you never miss another one. If that's something you're wanting to do, of course, I'm not here to force you to do anything. And I want to quickly thank everyone who likes the videos, who comments, who shares, supports the channel in any way. It really means so much to me, and you guys have no idea what an effect it has on this channel and on the future videos as well too. So I just want to thank you. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I can't wait to read for you in the future, because reading for you guys is such a privilege and I just love it. So thank you for letting me be a part of your journey as well. Even if I'm just keeping you company, like on the screen, you know, who cares? Or maybe you just get a little entertainment out of it, or just laugh because you're just like, haha, silly relationships. I don't know why you do it, but I'm just glad you're here is what I was really trying to say. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading if you chose the Lepidolite Heart, or if you chose the Apparition Tarot. Welcome. So today we are, today we are asking how that person on your mind is feeling about you. So what are their current thoughts and feelings towards you and towards the connection at this time? So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my pile 2's situation, as well as show me in pile 2 how this person on their mind is currently feeling about them right now, and anything else that they may need to know at this time about this situation, please. Thank you. All right. So how is this person feeling right now towards pile 1? I mean pile 2, so sorry. I just got done with pile 1. How is this person feeling towards pile 2 right now? Okay, so we have the Four of Wands in reverse. How is this person feeling towards pile 2? We have the Sun. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, as well as the Six of Swords. So we're just going to get some clarifiers and then we'll talk about it. So clarifying this Four of Wands in reverse. Why is this Four of Wands here? Spirit in reverse. Why is this Four of Wands? We have the Emperor in reverse, which is interesting because the Emperor is number 4 as well too. Why is the Sun here? Oops. Get over here. Excuse me. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. That's beautiful. Okay. And the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the Page of Pentacles in reverse here, Spirit, for pile 2? And how they're feeling about pile 2. We have the Strength card. And the Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here? We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And you know what's, I just heard a song with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Six of Swords. It's that song, every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. So that could definitely be relevant. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I feel like right now, this person, with this Four of Wands in reverse and this Emperor in reverse, I feel as though this person feels like they have kind of lost control over this situation. And right now, it's not like happening the way that they wanted it to, or at least this could have been past energy, like happening in the past, because the Emperor in reverse is telling me that maybe this person did like having a lot of control, or maybe this person just wasn't at one point in time the person you needed them to be, and that could have caused some sort of like disconnection. But I think that this person has realized a lot about you and about this connection. And with that being said, and this could have all happened like really fast as well too, is what I'm hearing. What happened is, if you give this person or gave this person another chance, they are tremendously happy about it with the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles. Like, this is so cute. This is like, oh my gosh, I would just be so happy to have this opportunity with pile 2. Like, I feel like you make this person happy, or at least when they are talking to you or around you, you kind of light them up. And they do look at you as someone who is like a gift with this Ace of Pentacles. Now, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, with the Strength, I think that there was, or at least there was a lot of maturing that this person kind of had to do, or is realizing that they had to do. And with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like there was some sort of like This could have been in like regards to some sort of obstacles, and this could have been almost them like, if this is like a second chance that you've given this person, or if this is again like this is them realizing as well that they need to take care of what it is that they have and what it is that they actually appreciate and, you know, hold as value, which would be you, because we were kind of just talking about that. Because when you think about the pages, I think about the pages are like children, right? And when you think about the Page of Pentacles, well, it's like the same thing as like you giving a child, say you gave a child like $100 bill. They're gonna be so happy that they have that $100 bill. Like, that's not the problem, is like how they feel about the $100 bill. The problem is they're a child and they're probably not gonna invest it very well or hold on to it very well, so they could like lose it or just you know, not treat it with the amount of value that a $100 bill actually has. And so this could be a realization that this person is having, is that is like, okay, I may need to kind of treat pile 2 better. I need to, there's a lot of things that this person is like maybe realizing that they kind of have to do again, but like better. And with the Strength here, it comes like, you know, comes the strength of the choices that this person is making. It comes the strength of like choosing to mature, choosing to grow, choosing to overcome, rather than, you know, the comfort of staying the same or just doing the same things, not caring and all of that kind of stuff. I feel like this person kind of was in a bit of an uncomfortable scenario here when it came to these feelings. And I think they realized a lot. Like I said, I think this person realized a lot pretty fast. Or if it may not have been fast for some of you, but it just maybe had been like, for them, like fast, like when they realized it. But anyways, the speed doesn't matter, the timing doesn't matter. And then we have like, I can't believe I heard that song so loud and clear, when the 6 of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's like this person is trying to move on. Again, they feel like they don't have a choice or they don't have control with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It kind of, that's such a very much faded energy. It's kind of like other circumstances. It could be obstacles as well coming in reverse, or just feeling like the universe or luck just is not on your side. And so this person could have tried to move on from you, and it just isn't working that way. And then for some of you, this is about them wanting to move on from like any kind of complications, like any kind of frustrations, or maybe like arguments or things like that. They're kind of like wanting to move forward or move on with this as well. But the 9 of Cups in reverse is kind of telling me, oh yeah, we have the 7 of Pentacles here. And I love this 7 of Pentacles actual like imagery, because it's very much telling to like what the 7 of Pentacles talks about. It talks about putting work and effort into something and not really knowing what the future holds, not knowing if it's going to be what you have hoped it to be. There's a lot of doubt here in this. And then we have, but the 9 of Cups in reverse is telling me that this person doesn't feel good about the circumstances anyways. It's like maybe it feels like it's kind of a damned if I do, damned if I don't type of energy. But I feel like the 9 of Cups is a longing for this emotional fulfillment from you and from this situation. So for some of you, they could just not have that right now, and that could be why. And then for others, this could just be like them, you know, realizing what it takes. Because underneath that, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, which is sometimes a lack of clarity, or could be like a miscommunication. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles upright, which is about, you know, reciprocity and giving enough energy to either sustain or just being equal with it, like giving back. Like if this person feels like you deserve more, giving more. If this person feels like, you know, they're not getting what it is that they deserve out of it, then maybe they would pull back. But I don't think that that's the case. The second one, I think it's more along the lines of like, I'm kind of scared to give too much right now. I'm kind of scared to give all my all or everything, because I don't know kind of what that future holds with that 7 of Pentacles. And then it's like the 9 of Cups is kind of coming as like a block. They're like, I see this emotional fulfillment there. I see it. It's like, it's something that could happen, but maybe they're kind of closed off to it, at least at this time right now, due to probably trying to keep themselves safe. But all in all, like, I'm really just focused on this Sun. Maybe I just, because I like to be a positive person. really focused on the Sun and this Ace of Pentacles. Like, this is like a second chance. Yes. This is like, oh my gosh, another opportunity. Yes. I don't want to squander it. Actually, I want to say, I think in pile 1, there was the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and that was kind of coming through as like a missed opportunity. So it's like, if this person was like, if I had the chance to do this again with pile 2, or if I had the chance to do this over, or maybe you gave this person another chance. Maybe you're watching this because you're like, all right, let's see. Let's see where it goes, you know? Or for some of you, it doesn't even have to be another chance. It could just be like, this is the chance, I guess. It's a general reading here, so just honestly, just take what resonates, but you get the point, right? And then the Ace, we have the number 1 here, which is definitely like a new beginning. And I love that we have the 4 of Fours kind of coming in reverse, because I feel like this is also maybe this person feeling a little bit unstable. Because when I think of the number 4, I do think of the Emperor, and I think of control. I think of stability. I think of foundations as well. So maybe there was something here that had happened that this person felt like all of those things were kind of crumbling. And now they're feeling a lot more positive and a lot more better and hopeful, because they're like, at least I got to talk to pile 2, or at least I got that chance again, or whatever the case is. Or maybe for some of you, this could even just be wishful thinking. But no, regardless, it seems like when they do try to move on, it feels like they just get pulled back. Or maybe for some of you as well too, they feel as though somewhere deep within them, they feel as though you may be better off without them at the same time. But that's not going to stop them from, you know, feeling these feelings for you. And yeah, but I do think that this person maybe with this Emperor in reverse, I feel like they may have gotten knocked off their high horse, is what I'm hearing, in a way. And that could have been like an ego bruise. And they do feel like they don't have control over this anymore. Like, they don't have control over the situation, and they're kind of trying to just leave it in faith's hands, but it doesn't, they're not too trusting, if that makes sense, in like that type of thing. So let's go ahead and get some oracles to clarify any more of like how this person is feeling right now towards you, pile 2. How is this person feeling right now towards pile 2? Okay, so we have past, lack, and suffering, and we have self-love, creation, intentions. Okay, this makes a lot of sense too, because I feel like when they do think about you, or when they did think about you in the past, the fact that they didn't have you, or there was just like, you know, the lack kind of represents like what I don't have and stuff. And so it was really hard for them. And I think that they did not like that uncomfortable feeling. And I think that, you know, they do feel, if this is their present, you know what I'm saying? It just depends, because I'm getting that, because it is a general reading, it could be both timelines, and maybe one will lead to the other. But regardless, I'm kind of getting both. So just another reminder, you know, put it where it fits. But anyways, with this 9 of Cups in reverse, again, they're like, I just feel empty. Because when I think about the cups, a lot of the time in reverse, it can be like this empty feeling, because it's like these cups upside down and they're dumped out. And so maybe this person's like, my joy was gone. But then for whatever reason, you kind of came back into their reality a bit, and they're like so happy about it. And maybe this is why we have this self-love, creation, and intentions. They're like, okay, maybe I can have this life. Maybe this can happen. Maybe we can do it again and try it again. And I hope it's on our side when, you know, the fate is on our side when we do this. But because the way that they feel about you is just so, it's beautiful. This person does have a beautiful, when they think about you, or when they think about you as a person, it's really beautiful. But I think maybe when they think about other things, it's not as easy, I guess you would say. So what else can you tell me about how, so we have the third eye with clarity, landing right on top of that past, lack, and suffering. So what this is telling me, because it literally landed, you saw that, it landed so crazily, like right on top of it. What this is kind of telling me is that they're realized a lot of stuff about this situation, what they want, and that could have been by not having you around. They realized a lot about whether it's like themselves, or just what they truly want by not having you. And with the clarity here, it's like, I feel like they think about you a lot. I think that if this person isn't in your life right now, I think this person misses you tremendously. And I think that the fact that it landed right on top of the lack is like, just like it says, like, I don't have that anymore. And it's something that I think this person was having a hard time accepting. But let's see. What else can you tell us about how this person feels about pile 2? Please. We have trust and divine timing. Okay. You know what's interesting is like we were just saying, like with this, like kind of it's up to fate's hands, but they have a hard time trusting in that. That's kind of, I feel like, what this is coming out for. They're like, you know, at the most part, they're like, I do trust in divine timing because I don't really have a choice. It seems like they only seem to trust when they don't have a choice. But if it was up to them, like they would not. It would be really hard. Because we have storm, unexpected. So yeah, for some of you, it could be in a separation with this person. And then this was just like how they felt, like how they feel about you, like as a person. And it's like in general, you know, like you have so much to offer. And I feel like they see you as someone that has a lot of potential in their life as well, like to fulfill them emotionally with this 9 of Cups in reverse. Let's get one more of these and then we will get the channel messages. So what is one more thing about how they're feeling? We have the Ace of Water. Ooh. Oh, I thought that card came out earlier. Okay, never mind. So we have the Ace of Water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The Ace of Cups is like wanting a new beginning or wanting a fresh start, as well as just kind of them having feelings for you. For some of you, maybe this person was denying their feelings for you for a long time, and now they're like, they're really opening up to it now. They're like, yeah, I do have feelings for this person. And the Ace of Cups can also just be a new beginning or a beginning in general and seeing where it goes. And we have another ace with the Ace of Pentacles. So we have 2 aces now, kind of signaling a kind of fresh start or maybe a new opportunity. We also have self-worth and expectations. We have self-love as well too. So there could have been a case scenario where you kind of had to realize, or you kind of had to step away because maybe you felt like you deserved better. That could have been both sides. Or maybe this person at times as well too feels like they are unworthy of this. Like I feel like they may feel like they're unworthy of a connection like this, or maybe unworthy of you for whatever reason, whether that's consciously or subconsciously. I think that's maybe a little bit deeper there, because a lot of us, you know, when we say things, we're like, no, I deserve that, of course. But then there could be some other things, you know, underneath that are, you know, putting out in the world otherwise. And so this could be something that had to do with this person's actions towards you, whether that was like a self-sabotage or whether this person kind of backed out or whatever the case is. That could have been like because of their own self-worth and not yours necessarily. Well, it's not yours at all, but I mean, like, it may seem like that, but it's not. It was them. And maybe with the Emperor in reverse as well too, this person realizes that you do deserve more. And 4 of Wands in reverse here too, like to have some sort of union here, or to have, you know, some sort of like you and them coming back together. They're realizing that they kind of do have to step it up, and they do have to be that person that you need them to be, because the Emperor is someone who's also very mature and is not going to, the Emperor is someone that's going to make the wisest, best decisions for themselves and for other people involved. Now, if that was something that this person kind of had a problem with, this is something that they're kind of on trying to develop here. But with the Emperor in reverse, I feel like it's still obviously developing, like it's not there yet. And also, again, I'm hearing that original message that the Emperor does represent kind of needing to let go of control, wanting to have control, because the Emperor, especially reverse, can be a little bit of a control freak. I mean, he is an emperor after all, so he has a lot of control, or he has a lot of responsibility. And maybe this person was realizing as well that they weren't as responsible with your heart or with this connection as they should have been. And if you hear snoring in the background, I'm so sorry, that's my dog. He's always snoozing. All right, so now let's move on to the channeled messages. So the first one we have coming out is I want to get to know you more. We also have I have trust issues. This could be this person trusting themselves as well, because I do feel like for some of you, this is a situation where, you know, you kind of sparked something within this person and then they could have just ran Like with this, I want to get to know you more. It's like they didn't get to experience all of you, pile 2, that they wanted to. I miss you so much, but I'm too stubborn to tell you. You know what's crazy is these are like all the ones that came out with pile 1 almost. At least so far, all of these came out in pile 1 as well too. Just give me one more chance. Oh, look, we have that. Like, if this person had another chance with you, they would be so happy. I want to look good for you. This person wants you to think that they look good for sure. That's like... And so we have, I'm still salty and butthurt. So I was laughing at the way I said that. That kind of came out funny. And I think this is maybe like this person kind of still holding on to certain things of the past, like holding on to grudges, whether that was in this connection in general or like this was like past, you know, even past things as well too. Also, you could have gave this person a taste of their own medicine. Like you could have just said some really real-ish to them, because that's what I was kind of, I think I said that before as well too. Like this person could have been like knocked off their high horse for whatever reason, like maybe a reality check, and they're still like their ego is still bruised from that, to be honest. I see you in my dreams all the time. You know what's crazy is these are coming out one by one, and a lot of these, well, most of them, again, so far, are from pile 1, and they're coming out one by one, and look at how many there are. Like, there's so many messages, so that's something. I don't know if we can fix this. And then also, I wish we could go back to how it used to be. Dang, yeah, that past and that suffering and that reminiscing card, you know, I think is something that this person is definitely feeling, to say the least. And it seems to be true what we were saying of like this person feels like they don't have you, and that's like really shitty. Like they felt like they kind of don't, again, like they kind of blew it. As well as, but like if they were to get another chance, oh my gosh, they would be so happy. But also, you know, I also feel called to, oh, it's 2:22 right when I looked at the clock. I also feel called to remind you as well that that's up to you to decide, you know, to give someone else a second chance. Obviously, you know better than I do, because this is only a we're at 20-minute tarot reading. So I don't know the whole history or whatever, you know. You would decide that by, you know, their decisions, their actions, and how they make you feel as well. Like I always like to say, oh, let me just put this down real fast. So we have, I hope you're doing well. I ask about you, and then I don't know how I feel. Okay. Like I always like to say as well too, you know, there's so much stuff, you know, around connections that make it a little bit confusing, but sometimes it's not, it's a lot more simpler than we kind of give it credit for. Like you and a person could be super compatible. This person could be everything that you want, or you could be everything this person wants. Even like astrology wise, you know, you guys could have the best synastry out there. You know, you guys can be super compatible, you know, sun signs, moon signs, rising signs, all of this, like I said, synastry. But the number one defining factor of if you are this, or if you and this person, I'm sorry, are compatible, is not any of that. It's not, you know, birth chart stuff. It's how they treat you. That's just the number one sign. It's how they treat you, because that shows, even if it's in the beginning, you know, that shows a lot. And even if it's not in the beginning, because sometimes, you know, someone will treat you well and then they'll switch up. And one of the hardest things about that is when they treat you well and they switch up, is that you're still kind of holding on to, or you still feel like that person still exists. I see that all the time as well too. but for the most part, you know, guys, it's how they treat you. How are they making you feel? And I don't mean make you feel as in like maybe this person takes a long time to text back and that's kind of like your own attachment issues, because I see that a lot as well too. And that's something that is very common as well, you know, but what I'm saying is that's kind of like how you would feel on the inside, but it's like how their words, actions, and things like that make you feel. But you get it now. But yeah, so that's the number one telltale sign of compatibility as well, you know, and I think we kind of make it a lot more complicated than it needs to be at times, because it is more complicated, you know, especially to intuitive people. I understand, like, you do feel like, you know, maybe a connection, or you feel this person on a deeper level, or you're tuning into things, and I completely understand that. Trust me, I've done it a lot. And so, but we still have to go by what they're giving us in, you know, in this reality, in this 3D, like what are they able to give you, no matter what they want to give you. It's like, where are they meeting you? Because, you know, you deserve the best, of course. I don't know why I'm looking this up. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, so yeah, if you would like to screenshot these, you are more than welcome to. I am going to be getting your advice now, so they are going to be covered. So you can pause the video here, screenshot them, or you can save it for later, write it down, whatever it is. They're your channel messages, whatever you want to do. But now we're going to head on to your advice. So Spirit, what advice do we have right now for pile 2, please? We have service. I feel good when I can help others. I feel called to put this in reverse, because I was going to put it upright, because I usually don't read these in reverses, that specific deck. But if, you know, if I feel called to, I'll do it. What advice do we have for pile 2? We have friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, as well as we have the door to personal healing and happiness in reverse as well. Bottom of the deck, we have all tied up in reverse. And I feel like this card is coming in reverse because this is about you releasing those ties. And releasing the things that have kept you stuck, or feeling stuck, because a lot of times we're not really stuck. We kind of just feel that way. And oh yeah, we have guilt. So anything like guilt, and this is interesting because I feel like this is actually with that service in reverse. And so this service card in reverse in particular, I feel as though, you know, you are someone that has a lot of empathy. You are someone that has a lot of love. You are someone that loves to help other people and stuff. But there's also a line and boundaries that I feel, you know, you have also learned to kind of draw that line in the sand to say, like, I can't keep doing this anymore if it's going to keep hurting me. And that's something that I think you were meant to learn, because for some reason in this world, especially to women, and if you're not a woman, that's fine, but especially to women, I feel as though we've been taught or programmed that it is a noble deed to sacrifice yourself and to sacrifice all your wants and all your wishes and everything for other people, whether that's for, you know, your husband, for your kids, or just in general. And people try to guilt you into not, you know, to not following that. And that is something that I just feel is so untrue. And I think one of the best things you can do for yourself is also the best things for yourself. When you help yourself, you're internally and externally helping others. Sometimes when we say no, I'm not going to help you, I'm going to let you figure this one out on your own, I'm going to let you do these lessons on your own, that is self-love for the other person as well, because they have to do these things on their own. They have to realize these things on their own. And sometimes it takes somebody kind of pulling back and realizing, you know, for them to actually do it. And it's not your burden to carry. It's not your burden to heal other people. It's not your burden to fix anyone, and it's not your burden to cause you know, to be other people's karma as well, like in that kind of way. And, you know, there's a lot of things that I feel like you may take on, a lot of responsibilities that you may take on not intentionally. And I think one of the best things and most freeing things you could do is release those and only really just kind of worry about yourself. And that could sound so selfish and stuff. And don't get me wrong, another thing that is kind of a miscommunication as well is that unconditional love means that you are going to stay with somebody until until you and them or death do you part, like a ride or die, you know what I'm saying? And all of those things I feel like are not exactly correct as well. You can have unconditional love for somebody and you can love them from afar, or you can let them live their life, and you can also say, well, they're hurting me, but I still have that love for them, that unconditional love. But it's all about boundaries and circumstances, as well as I feel like a ride or die kind of person is, again, like someone trying to guilt someone else. They're like, oh, I thought you were a ride or die. That kind of has been passed down to be like, well, it's basically the definition of like, well, how much can you handle? How much of my shit can you handle? And with that being said, you don't have to handle anyone else's is shit anymore. Sorry, I don't know how much I can cuss on here. Sometimes anyways, sorry. But yeah, you don't have to handle anyone else's things as long as you're handling yourself. And that doesn't mean to be a careless person. Obviously, that doesn't mean to not care about someone or to not help people in need as well, because service is one of the, best, it's a very spiritual act. And another thing, actually, which I don't know how much time I have about the service as well, is one of the things that I've been seeing that I feel is a miscommunication in the spiritual community is when we see things outside of ourselves, like going on in other countries and things like that. There's been this toxic, like vibe of like, well, that's something else and that's outside of me. And don't get me wrong, because I think it gets confused, because that is true to an extent, like how that is making you feel, to not let it affect you to the point where it's horrible. But there also is a lot of wrong things with turning a blind eye and just closing your eye and acting like things don't happen, especially when it comes from other people that are trying to control other people, and there's oppressors and there's things like that. Of course, if there's a certain amount or certain people getting oppressed or certain people getting hurt, the oppressor is going to want you to turn a blind eye. That's easy for them. And so with that being said, I feel like it's in a humanity thing, it's kind of, and especially in the spiritual community, I kind of got off track here, but it's kind of went down a wrong turn. You can look at the problems in the world and you can look at it with optimism that things are going to be changing. You can do what you can, as well as as well as help, but also don't let yourself drown in it. There's a beautiful quote, I feel like, from RuPaul. I know out of all people, RuPaul, like what the hell, but it goes like, you can look at the darkness and you can do what you can, but don't stare too long, because you will become it. So also, you know what I'm saying? And so there's a fine line and fine balance, but also there's this, what it is basically is spiritual bypassing in the outer form. It's like when you're spiritual and you say, oh, well, like I have to feel positive all the time. That's the same thing as when you see something wrong going on in the world and you say, oh, well, that's their problem, or you're only feeling that way because of how you feel on the inside and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm a human with empathy, and I stand for justice and I stand for equality, and I know that sometimes we have to fight for these things, especially in a world like this. So I'm not going to bypass this. I'm not going to spiritually bypass this and say, well, that's that over there, and it's not going to affect me. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole thing. So sorry if I got off on a tangent there, but that's something that I've been seeing lately, and it just kind of, it really, it saddens me. It doesn't even irk me. I don't even get mad. It saddens me. But all in all, there's a fine line with you here, Pile 2, about what it is that you're able to handle, what it is that you are willing to accept, and realizing that you're not here to save everybody, that other people's personal healing and happiness depends on them, just like yours depends on yourself. And then I love how it says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, because even though it can be kind of confusing at first, or it can be a little bit misunderstood, they are in your life for reasons, and there's reasons behind things as well. There's reasons behind, just like there's reasons behind the triggers, there's reasons behind everything, even the happiness and things like that. And so with this door to personal and healing and happiness kind of just coming reverse. It's saying that, you know, when you look at these things for what it is that they truly are, why they're here and what they're meant to do, you open those doors and you have infinite more possibilities as well. And so to move towards the healing as well, and not end up, I feel like, making excuses for other people's behaviors and things because you are such a loving and kind person, if that makes sense, you know, kind of really doing what's best for you and not feeling bad about it. Like, don't let anyone guilt you into feeling like you have to do things you're uncomfortable with and things like that. And I feel like for a lot of you, you know this, and this is something that you've been learning. So, but sorry about that little tangent earlier. We have, you are perfect, and there are always ways to improve. Both of these are true. I love that, because you are perfect just the way that you are. And also another thing too, I feel called for the bottom one and this one too. Bottom of the deck now, we have stop trying to control everything. So we have, you are in charge of creating your life. Where do you see yourself next week? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? You are in charge. And that's something that you need to remember as well too. And that comes with making your choices and, you know, realizing that people, like, it's a privilege to be in your life, pile 2. It's a privilege to be in your life. So don't take that for granted as well. Like when we allow other people in, or just things in general, like when we do things that, you know, don't align with our values as well, it takes a toll. It can take a toll. And also, I love this, you are not alone, because I feel like there's a lot of collective energy here, obviously, and there's collective messages. So with that being said, you really aren't alone. Spirit is always with you. You know, whatever you call it, higher power, God, source, the all, spirit, whatever, you know, they're always with you. Your ancestors are with you. So don't be afraid to call on them for support, as well as, even if they're not going to, the thing is they're not going to shield you from learning your lessons. They're not going to shield you from all the people that you're meant to meet in your life and stuff. And I know sometimes that can be kind of hard as well too. And sometimes we kind of have some sort of resentment for spirit, because we're like, well, you know, if I'm unconditionally loved and supported, why did I have to go through this? They're not here to fight your battles for you, but they are here to give you strength, support, guidance, and all of the love that you could ever want, you know, while you are doing what it is that you need to do, because you are a powerful person that is actually in control of your life. And I think, you know, I think you are at a pivotal point right now too, where you're kind of changing your story, you're changing your direction, and it's going from like almost like a victim mentality to you're empowered now. And I think you are a very inspiring person, and I think you do have a very inspiring story, and Spirit's backing me up on that, saying yes, it's very true. And so with that being said, all of this is not going to be for nothing. I think you are going to be rewarded for all of these things in the end, you know, or not even in the end, just as you go. Anyways, I love this. You are so perfect, and there are always ways to improve as well. Both are true, because we do tend to get stuck on this healing and self-development journey at the same time. It's good to develop ourselves. It's good to heal from the past, and it's good to overcome, you know, things that that have kept us stuck, or, you know, in cycles for our whole lives. That's great. But also, one of the biggest lessons is remembering that there was never anything wrong with you in the first place. And I think I've said that in many readings already before, because it's true, and I will say it, and I'll take it to my grave. I'll say it on my deathbed. I do not care. There was nothing ever wrong with you in the first place. You were perfect, okay? And anyone else in this world that made you feel otherwise, that was just conditioning. It's all conditioning. You came in this world perfect, and you never were not. The only thing is that people convince you otherwise, or make you believe otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from years of conditioning, and this world is just like that. But yeah, for the most part, I think that's it though. I hope you enjoyed this reading, you know, for the most part. Maybe you just got some entertainment out of it or whatever, but thank you for staying till the end. Thank you to everyone who likes, comments, shares, and subscribes to the channel. It means so much to me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you, and I can't wait to read for you guys in the future. I'll see you guys in the next pick a card. Bye. Hi Pile 3, and welcome to your reading if you chose the little amethyst tree, or if you chose the Affrimators Tarot, whichever one. Welcome. So today we are asking how that person on your mind is currently feeling. What are their thoughts and feelings about you and about the connection? So I'm going to ask Spirit to please tune me in to my pile 3 situation, as well as tune me in and show me how that person on their mind is feeling about them and anything else that they may need to know about it at this time, please. Thank you. So how are they feeling about pile 3? Okay, so we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. I'm gonna, where should I put this? How are they feeling about pile 3? We have the Ace of Wands coming out. Interesting. Let's get a couple clarifiers. So clarifying this 4 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Clarifying the 10 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords. Oh my gosh, am I shaking? I'm so cold right now. I don't know why I feel so cold. Whew. It's getting cold here, and I guess I'm not acclimated yet, so. And I was working out earlier too, so I was like, I got really hot, and now I think I'm like, just really cold now. Okay, the 7 of Cups in reverse. What can you tell us? What is the clarifier for the 7 of Cups, Spirit? We have the Hierophant. And the Ace of Wands. Why is the Ace of Wands here, Spirit? We have the 5 of Wands. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. All right. So how is this person feeling about you? We'll start over here with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse with the 9 of Wands in reverse. This person does not want to let you go. That could mean so many different things. I feel like this person is also maybe holding on to certain things that at one point in time were keeping them safe. So this could be like habits and things like that. But I do feel like this person also feels really protective over you and protective over like what you see and what you know for whatever reason that's coming out. The 9 of Wands in reverse, though, is I feel like this person doesn't want to give up on this sort of connection. So like regardless of how long, you know, you and this person have been working things out, I feel like they feel as though and they want to keep pushing through. Like, it's like, but I think that there's something in this person's way. And I'm hearing that it could be multiple different things. But I think this person with the 10 of Wands as well, they have a lot on their plate. They have a lot going on right now at this time. They could be focused right now more on like security, like financial wise, because maybe they're kind of going through some sort of financial crisis or something right now where they kind of feel like they don't have enough resources. This could be coming through in this reading, whether that's because maybe you feel like they don't have enough time for you, or it could have some sort of effect on their self-esteem. But when I see the 5 of Swords here and the 10 of Wands, I think that this is like them kind of carrying a lot of the burdens that maybe had happened, or like a lot of things that were said. I think this person doesn't want to fight anymore, but I think that this person kind of has some sort of resentments that they don't mean to, but they definitely kind of hold on and they could come out, like maybe for some of you, if there was like a heated argument, because we do have a couple cards, I mean, that can indicate, you know, frustration and arguments and conflicts as well. And I think one of the things is this person just does not want to fight anymore, because I think that they're kind of exhausted, but I think that they kind of hold a lot in. And when they hold a lot in, I think that it all comes out at once, or there's just things that come out all at once. And I think that they come out as like a lot meaner than what they mean to be, and say a lot of things that they probably regret saying. So I think that this person does have certain regrets when it comes to maybe things that were said, or maybe even not said, if in that case, you know. And I think that with the Five of Swords here, it's like, if you've said something to this person that kind of hurt them, like they're definitely like, again, carrying that with them. But when I see the Seven of Cups in reverse with the Hierophant, I feel like one of the things that this person is worried about with you is commitment. I think this person sees themselves with you, this person sees themselves being committed to you. But I think that they're a little confused about that, or maybe confused about your motives as well. Now, this could just be this person's perception or perspective, I guess you would say, of this. That doesn't have to be the case, but I think that maybe this person does have some jealousy issues and some trust issues when it comes to you. But I think that they kind of, with this Hierophant here, I think that this person like wants a long-term commitment for sure with you. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is like, I think that this person wants to fight for your attention. Like, for some reason, I keep getting this message of like, this person may think that you have other people involved, or like you're seeing other people, and this person's like, I want to be that person in your life. Like, I want to be the only person in your life, and I don't want to have to fight for your attention anymore. Or like, this could be the type of person that would like fight other people over you. Because I feel like with this Ace of Wands here, this is like they're very attracted to you. But then this Five of Wands, they could be very conflicted about their own feelings or about commitment and about things like that. The Three of Cups in reverse, though, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but this could indicate third-party situations, or this could indicate just maybe them not knowing if they should settle down or not, or knowing if you're going to settle down or not. I think there's a lot in this person's mind that just seems to be kind of up in the air. Like maybe at one point in time with this Four of Pentacles, they were feeling very secure about this connection, and now it kind of seems like it was kind of flipped over, and they're being a little insecure right now, and they're feeling insecure right now, if I can be quite honest. And I think with the Seven of Cups in reverse, they don't know what the future holds right now with you, and they're a little bit skeptical, but I think that they also find themselves thinking about you a lot, probably more than they want to. And there's some sort of guilt here, I think, with the Ten of Wands as well, too. Like, maybe this is like just things that have happened in their life, or in the situation that they feel a little burdened with. And with that being said, it's like, I think one of the things that they want to do is kind of just lay it all on the table and be open and honest and express themselves to you. I don't know if that's something that they're 100% capable of doing right now, but that's something that they feel like they want to do. Like, there's an energy here of this person holding a lot of things in, and it almost clouding their mind and clouding their judgment more than it would be if they just expressed themselves, or found some sort of clarity with that we have the Ace of Swords kind of coming here, right here, like wanting for clarity with the King of Cups in reverse. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Let's get some oracles, though, and see anything else, or see what else we can clarify here. So, Spirit, how else is this person feeling about pile 30? Oh. So we have control with tactics. And then we have fulfillment with wish. We have thoughts with isolating. Okay, let's talk about it. We have decisions. We have separation and longing. Bottom of the deck, we have again that thoughts and isolating energy here. So yeah, this person has definitely been thinking a lot about this situation. It's like they've been trying to figure something out, trying to find some sort of answer here. With the control and the tactics, I feel like this could have been their past efforts of like trying to control things, like it hadn't really worked. They could have been trying to control your perception of something, like maybe like the things that you knew, or controlling like how you see them. And it seems like that maybe could have been something that kind of blew up in their face, but for the most part with this wish fulfillment, I think it's like, I'm getting a message that maybe at one point in time they were only doing things that satisfied them and made them feel good or made them feel happy, and they're kind of realizing that it kind of had an effect on other things that also still has an effect on them. It's like it kind of came back around, and they're like, well, this had effects on other people, aka you or whoever, you know, and they're like, well, now it's affecting me, so now it is a problem, you know what I'm saying? And it could have stemmed from their decisions. And I think this person is still trying to decide on what's best and what they want and what they should do. Like I said, there's a lot of cloudiness when it comes to their mind. Like, I think their mind could be all over the place right now. And I think that's why it was like, when I was reading in the beginning, they were like, what are you doing stuff with other people? Do you think I'm doing stuff with other people? There was like that trust, and it seems that there's a lot of confusion coming on this person's end. And maybe this control is saying that they don't have control anymore, because with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, that is kind of feeling like, you know, you don't have control and you're really trying to control. That's why the Four of Pentacles is always somebody trying to literally like hold down and protect their pentacles, because they're like, really trying to, you know, make sure that these things are taken care of, or whatever, you know, whatever reason why the Four of Pentacles comes out. But sometimes it can be, yeah, overbearing, over controlling, and it can backfire as well. And so with that being said, I think that this person kind of feels a little bit lack of control, but they're still not wanting to let go of you at the same time. Like, they know that you have the potential to really fulfill them and make them happy, or at least they've seen glimpses of it, you know, through you for the most part. And now it's like all about just their choices and what it is that they're trying to do. This could have a lot to do with commitment, like staying committed in a relationship with one person as well. Like deciding that could be something that kind of makes this person feel a little uncomfortable. But regardless, you know, whether or not, whatever it is that they decide, we have the separation and longing card, which is saying if they don't have you, then they're not fully happy anyways. And so I think it's like this person kind of needs to just make those correct choices, or do what it is that they feel is right for you and them involved, because the Seven of Cups is also about decisions, and it's about choices for sure. And you know, it coming in reverse could possibly indicate that they are regretting some of the choices that they've made, that they feel like they would have made different choices if they've known what they know now, and that kind of sort of thing. So with that being said, and I think, you know, with the fact that it says isolation and thoughts at the bottom of the deck, I'm like, this person does not like to be alone with their thoughts at all. I think this person does not like to be alone with their feelings and face a lot of the things that they're not wanting to face. But I keep going back to this Ace of Swords here, with this Three of Cups in reverse and this King of Cups in reverse. I think this King of Cups in reverse is like not doing the mature thing, and it's also, okay, so I'm getting multiple messages to that as I'm saying that. I think this King of Cups in reverse is, again, like they're trying to not let their feelings like overcome them, and so they could be suppressing in a way, but it's like they don't want to appear weak in any way. But what they do want is this clarity. They do want some sort of breakthrough or some sort of communication and clarity from you. And I think that they're a little bit hesitant to start it. I think that for some reason they just want it to come from you. And now again, that's just their perception, or that's just their wants. I'm not saying that's what it has to be or what it should be, but it's like they kind of just want you to make the first move. Or another move in a way, maybe just so they can feel more secure, because the Four of Pentacles in reverse, I think, again, like we were saying, this person right now is feeling really insecure about this situation, and they don't like it, to say the least. They don't like it. So on that note, let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. So Spirit, what are some messages for pile 3 from this person that pile 3 should know right now at this time, please? Or what would they like to say to pile 3 if they could? You make me nervous. Oh my gosh. They all spilled all over. No. Not all of them. We'll see. So we have, uh-oh, I caught feelings. You make me nervous. We have, there's so much I wish I could say to you. Let me put these down so I can grab some of these. Oh, that's not too bad. They're just like right here. Okay, so there was a lot that came out, but we're going to, there's a couple that flipped over, like upright. So we're going to use those ones, and we're going to get this hair out of here. We're going to use these ones, and then we're going to put these back and get some more. So we have, I regret so many things. I don't want to stay where I'm not wanted. And then we have, it wasn't worth losing you. I feel like this uh-oh, I've caught feelings is definitely like that insecurity, like that triggers of like, like this person is like, oh my gosh, I feel this way so strongly for pile 3 that I'm gonna have to let my guard down. And that's really effing scary. They're like, that would mean that I don't have control over this, because it basically puts, they feel as though it puts the power into your hands, and that makes them really uncomfortable. And I say feel because that's not necessarily the case. You know, that's, we give our power away if we choose to, you know, and that's why awareness is always important, because then you bring awareness to the places and the things that you were giving your power away, and you learn, and you know, all that stuff. But yeah, yeah, this person got triggered by their own feelings, I think, for sure. Okay, we have, I tried to show off around you. Yeah, this person really wants to impress you. They think very highly of you, for sure. There's so many cards that keep coming out. So we have, we make a great team. This is like giving me very much 3 of Pentacles energy, which we make a great team. And with that being said, I think that they really just like being around you, and they like collaborating like with you in energy wise. You know what I'm saying? Like they just feel good when they're with you. And I think that they view you as someone who has a lot to offer, and that you have a lot of potential and great things. And so that's why they're like, we make a great team, because I think that you push this person as well, without maybe even knowing it, to be better and to do better. And they may not necessarily like you all the time for that, but it seems to be what they kind of need, or needed, I guess you could say too. So we have, I blamed you for things that I did. We have, I just want to cuddle with you. This one's kind of coming out. If it comes out, it'll come out. But we have, I can't be the person you need me to be. And I'm only just showing that one because I saw it twice. So usually that means there's something there. So let's just get 2 more to fill this out, and then we will talk about it. Any more channel messages? I'm lying when I say I don't miss you or want you. One more, please. We have, I don't deserve you. Oof. But we have at the bottom, I'm head over heels for you. Yeah, this person is like, internally, I think they were like squirming for a bit, to be honest, when it comes to you, because it's like they wanted to impress you. They want you to think very highly of them. But also they may have done some things, or maybe they think you feel some way about them now. That illusion is kind of gone at this point. And I think that this person definitely, obviously we see they have regrets, and they have some work to do for sure. I feel like there's a little bit of an emotional immaturity, or at least an immaturity when it comes to relationships and connections, that I think this person does have a lot of maturing to do, because it seems like this person cares a lot about what you think, you know, outer-wise, or what you think about them. And I think that, you know, someone that is very secure with themselves, obviously, it's like not always like you don't care 100% what other people think, especially people that you hold to a high standard, or like, you know, you care about your loved ones' opinions, and, you know, your significant other's opinion, you would care about that. But for the most part, I think, you know, a secure person would be like, I know who I am, and I don't care about what anyone thinks. And that could also be because this person isn't 100% living in their truth, or being 100% their authentic self. Sometimes we see that in people, you know, they're a little, when they're insecure, it's because they're not being themselves. And I think that I think you showed this person a lot about themselves though, like more than you may even know. And I think that this person unknowingly projects a lot of their fears and insecurities and things that maybe they even do onto you. Like that whole message of like, are you seeing other people? Like, you know, is there a third party? If there's something that they were doing or they weren't settling down and they weren't committing, that's like they're worried about you doing it, but they're not even realizing that that's a projection coming from them, because, you know, sometimes people can only see other people as they are. And so if there's somebody that would do those things, or if there's somebody that has doubts or insecurities and things like that, they view other people as capable of doing those things as well too, you know. And I just keep hearing that this person does have a lot of learning to do, and maybe a lot of growing to do at the same time as well. But then again, don't we all, you know? I'm not here to judge. Don't we all? There's always learning to do. There's always growing to do. Oh yeah, look, bottom underneath that we have you are always on my mind, and then underneath this we have I'm broke right now and I'm insecure about it. That could have been those financial issues. And then we have I can't move on. For some reason I felt like, oh, and losing you was my karma. I felt like those were all necessary. But yeah, if you would like to screenshot these readings, you can go ahead and do that now. Pause the video if you want to write them down or whatever, because now we are going to be getting into your advice. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Spirit, what is some advice we have here for pile 3, please? What advice do we have here for pile 3? Ooh, we have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Ooh, so you may have regrets as well too. Or this could just be like regrets on things not working out the way that they, you know, should have worked out and things like that. And so with that, I kind of feel the advice here is just acceptance, accepting for what it is right now. Not what the future is going to be, not what the past holds, because those things, well, the past, you know what happens, but the future you don't know. So kind of just accepting things like as they are, and that as maybe uncomfortable or as unfortunate as it is, that sometimes this is just what it has to be, because if it was supposed to be anything else, it would. And I think that the fact that we can't go back and change the past is, you know, telling enough for us to try our best to, like, just, I want to say this lightly because I want to say move on, but I don't mean like move on because that could mean different things for all of you, but I mean move on as in like move on from the past. Like this happened, but it does not define you. Things happen, but it doesn't always have to be that way, you know, like life still goes on as well. And I know that may sound like heartless at times, but I promise you I mean that with the most amount of love for you, because it's like I'm trying to give you like almost like a sense of peace, in a way of like, you don't have to stay there anymore. You don't have to feel this anymore. Like, you know, we move on. Things happen and we don't have to take the hurt. We don't have to take the pain with us everywhere we go or into the future as well. But what we will take is we will take the lessons. You know, we took the wisdom. We know now what you know, can happen, or, you know, if it's like with the same person again in the future, like, you know, what can happen again and all that sort of stuff. So you take the lessons and you take the wisdom and you take the knowledge, but we don't have to take the pain with you everywhere, because that is just unfair to you, you know? And the future isn't always gonna be like the past. There's always a solution in the future. There's always, you know, a chance for change. There's always hope. But in the past, there's not. So I think one of the lessons is just kind of letting go. So we have appreciation coming out for you. And then we have doubt. Yeah. And well, underneath that, we have blossoming abundance, which I do love that for you. So we have doubt, which is I can release the need to know. Oh, excuse me, I burped. Speaking of release, I just burped. I can release the need to know all of the answers. I think this is very important because, again, I feel like this appreciation is really telling you to be here, be in the moment, maybe do some breath work as well, and look around to see all the beautiful things in life that actually life does have to offer. We don't have to always focus on our development. We don't even have to always focus on what's wrong with us or what we can fix, or even what happened in the past and things like that, because there's so much beauty around you right now. And I think, like, you know, one of the things that I think always comes up, because it's so true, is to remember that all we have is right now, because we don't have the future yet. We don't have the past anymore. This is all we have. And so there's a beautiful appreciation that I think, you know, or gratitude, I guess you would say, that you can have when it comes to just realizing that all of those other things don't exist. And it's more or less a feeling. I wish you could feel it, or maybe some of you do. None of those things really exist. And so with that being said, none of those things have a hold on you. They don't have an attachment to you that can bring you down or to worry you or to anything like that. And when we accept that, you know, we may not have all the answers and we may not know what the future holds, that can, you know, at first it causes like uncertainty and maybe a little bit of an uncomfortable feeling. But then I feel like there's this energy of peace that kind of comes with that, because it's like, we're reminded, you know, at the same time, that we don't need all the answers, and that the answers will come, and that maybe the future is better than what we could ever imagine. And maybe that's why we had to release the past, and we had to release other people and other things and situations and jobs and places. Maybe we had to release those because the future holds something so much better for us that we're going to appreciate even more. And maybe, you know, maybe our minds just can't fathom that right now at this time, because all we know is what we've had, or all we know is what we want, and we can't even imagine anything better. But that doesn't mean that it's not true, and that doesn't mean that it's not actually going to happen for you. Because, you know, with this appreciation as well too, I think that there's a huge appreciation for yourself, for where you've gotten yourself and how far you've come. And with that being said, you have no idea all of the places that you can actually go, and all the things that you can actually achieve, and all of the people that you can actually meet. And if you knew all of those things right now, what would be the point? Or a lot of the times, I think, if we knew what was going to happen in the future, we would screw it up for ourselves. You know, like, we wouldn't know how to act, or we would try to force things, or like we'd be like, oh, well, I'm going to do this, so I must have to do this. You know, there's also a beautiful, like, mystical dance that happens in our lives, you know, with the unseen and ourselves and our intuition and everything, that brings us right where we need to be, and brings the people that we need, you know, right when we need them, and all of that stuff that I think we don't give enough credit to, or we don't give enough, you know, trust in as well. And so with that being said, your future's looking pretty bright, no matter how you feel right now, no matter what's going on, it is. And so when we kind of appreciate our present, you know, we'll end up appreciating the future, because the futures in the past they were all just consecutive present moments. And when we look at it that way, it's like, you'll be in the present then, but it won't be, you know, the future anymore. And so we have to just be in the now. And I feel like I've been saying that so much in these readings lately, at least in the advice, but I promise you, that is where the peace is. That's where, you know, the peace lies. That's where your power lies. That's where your decision making lies. You know, everything is like, it's all just happening now. And when we remember that, you know, we can think, well, what do I want to do now? Well, what do I want to do now? And don't get me wrong, the future, like, helps us to remind us where we want to go. Like, we use the future as like a guiding light of like, this is where I want to be. So right now I have to make those decisions that are going to get me there. You know what I'm saying? And so again, that's just another proof that the power is in the present. But try to be kind to your mind as well too, pile 3. Don't let your thoughts wander too far and get you feeling any more down than you kind of already do. I think that there's an energy and a message here as well with this appreciation to lift your spirits a bit. Add some more humor into your life. Do some more fun things. I think that spirit wants you to raise your vibration and lift yourself up, regardless of like what you're feeling. There's always, you know, you still deserve to feel good, or you still deserve to have beautiful things regardless of anything, because you're deserving of so much. Like, you are worthy of the best. And maybe, you know, some things are disguised as the best, but they're not the best for us, you know? And so we kind of have to learn that as well. And we have to see that maybe we just deserve more. I think that's the main message here for your advice. It's like, maybe you just deserve better. Okay? And we have time to step up, be a leader and a helper. Don't blindly follow. Ooh, I love that. And then we have detox coming out as well too. Yeah, if things aren't going well in your life and people are just doing things that you don't approve of or you want better, you know, in any kind of sense, it's like, then you're that better. I think, like, you know, you have such a powerful presence, and you being the one to walk the walk and no longer talk the talk. Like other people, maybe other people around you are like big talkers, but they don't actually, you know, do it. Like you're the one that's going to do it. And I think, you know, I think you see things in other people and around you that most people don't see. And I think that's a sign that you are not meant to follow. Like you see the corruption, you see the things, you see the patterns, and this could be in your family as well, or like maybe just relationships. You see the patterns that you're like, no, this just isn't right. But people have just been doing it the same way for so long, or you're like, people are like, they don't even question it. They're like, this is just how it's done. And with that being said, that's a sign as well that you are meant to break these patterns. And I think this could be like relationship patterns, maybe from your family as well, and all of those kinds of things that, you know, there's a powerful energy to you and a powerful, like, basically cycle breaker energy here that I'm getting with you that is very important, I think, on your path. So bottom of the deck, we have, it's okay to change your mind when you get new information, reassess your decisions, be open and flexible. This is definitely tied to, you know, I release the need to know all the answers. Things change, people change, decisions change. That in turn does change the future when you think about it. Like, you know, the future is never set in stone. Spirit reminds me of that all the time, that nothing is ever set in stone because of our choices and everything else and all the surrounding energies. You know, it can go so many different ways. There's so many different possibilities. So be open to that as well too, that nothing's, especially if you're, you know, you don't like your life right now, or like you don't like where you're at and you want to improve, like you're not set in stone. Like that is, it doesn't have to be that way. Nothing has to be that way, you know? And then we have bully energy is around you. Don't pressure others to do things you know they don't want to do. Don't give in to being pressured. Now, the bully energy could be coming from yourself, you know, to be kinder to yourself. You could have been very hard on yourself. And in turn, maybe with the people around you at times, you can expect a lot from them. And this could be like in this situation, like in this like romantic partner, you know, like of course, like you may expect them to want to do better, want to be better, or just be better. And it's like, if a person doesn't want to change, then they won't, you know. And we can't force anyone to do anything. We can't force anyone to see what we see, especially when you have a specific perspective that's different. You know, some people are just meant to just do their own thing, like their own path. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that they have growing and learning to do. And if you're already surpassed that, you know, you can't learn lessons for them. You can't like, you know, you can like motivate people or help people. But I think in particular, pile 3, you motivate people and help people by you being that leader that this is talking about, by you walking the walk, and, you know, and doing what you know you need to do. So with that being said, yeah, other people, I think there's like a need to accept other people for just where they're at, and then, you know, you act accordingly, because obviously you know what you deserve and stuff like that. So you act accordingly of that. But also, you know, everyone's different. Everyone has different challenges. Everyone has different lifestyles. Some people grew up more privileged than other people. Some people had a head start in life. Some people didn't. You know, everyone is different. And I think everyone's meant to get there when they're meant to get there. Or maybe some people aren't meant to get there in this life at all, and some people can just be an example of what not to do or what not to be at the same time. You know, there's still something to learn from that. But regardless, you know, it's like, I feel like the message here too is that you can really just control and focus on yourself at the same time. And And you'll align with your people. You will, whether this is friends, you know, or people you consider family or whatever, you know, you'll align and meet the right people for you as well. If you feel misunderstood, again, that's something that is a very leader quality. A lot of the time, being a leader is, you know, it's idolized, but it's very hard, because if you're the first one to do something, there's always going to be a group of people or a revolt, you know, that aren't going to understand you, that are going to think you're weird. They're going to think you're crazy, or you're doing too much or whatever. And you know, that could be a sign that you're doing what you need to do too. When people don't understand you anymore, that's maybe you're doing the right thing. Because we're not always meant to be understood, but we are meant to understand ourselves. We don't come in here, this world, to be understood by everybody, but we do come to understand ourselves a lot of the time. So as long as you got your back and understand you, and you're not mean to you, you'll be okay. So on that note, I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much if you stayed till the end. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and so you will never miss another reading. And thank you to anyone who comments or likes the video, subscribes, shares, all of that stuff. I appreciate you guys so much, and I am so grateful for every single one of you, and I can't wait to read for you guys in the next one. I'll see you at the next pick a card. Bye!